There are some things that just really are better when they're done homemade, and brisket is just one of those things. And yes, it takes a long, very long time to make, but it's worth it. And the good news is, with sous vide, it's so easy. Yes, it's long, but it's so easy. And if you're looking for more sous vide recipes or easy recipes, I do a lot of Instant Pot recipes too, then please go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell because I come out with new videos every week, and that way you will be notified. Welcome to the Spicy Apron Cooking Show. My name is Heather, and I am here to show you the easiest way to get the best results in your kitchen. And today we are doing sous vide brisket. And I know a lot of you followers out there love my Instant Pot stuff. And hang with me because honestly, sous vide, I know it sounds a little intimidating, but it is the easiest way to make gorgeous, beautiful, tender, delicious brisket. And stay with me because I do have a free download for you that has times and temperatures for sous vide cooking. Now, brisket, when it's not done right, is really tough and kind of gross. But sous vide makes it perfect every single time. You almost can't mess it up. So I want you to start with a 3 to 4 pound brisket and season it very well with salt and fresh cracked pepper. Do not forget to use fresh cracked pepper. It makes a huge difference in the final outcome of the brisket. Now, for those of you who know sous vide, you know you have to vacuum seal your food. I have a more detailed video on different ways to vacuum seal up here, but there are two choices. You can either vacuum seal it with a vacuum sealer, or you can actually use the displacement method to get all of the air out of the bag and then seal it up. I often do it that way, but this brisket takes a really long time in the water bath, so I actually prefer and recommend that you use an actual vacuum sealer to get every single ounce of air out of the bag. And then you are going to set your sous vide circulator, which is just going to keep the water bath at the perfect temperature. I prefer it at 150 degrees. A lot of people do it at 135 degrees. I've seen it done at 175 degrees. It really is a personal preference. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like at 150 degrees, and then you can decide, do you want a lower temperature or a higher temperature? But here's the key. It has to sit in that bath for about 48 hours. Yes, I said 48 hours. Don't be scared of that because it's so simple. You submerge it, you put it in, you set the timer, and 2 days later, here we are with our brisket that's been cooking 48 hours. Now, one of the wonderful things about sous vide, you don't have to be exact. This does not have to be exactly 48 hours. This particular one is 48 hours, but if you prefer 36 hours, you could do 50 hours. There's really a ton of leeway in the time, which makes it even easier and yes, less likely to screw it up. But this brisket has been in here 48 hours, and I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. Take it out of that water bath. It's been just driving me crazy seeing it cook and cook and cook and cook for the last few days. So I'm super excited to finish it off now. All right, let's take it out. It's kind of hot. I probably should be using tongs, so bear with me. All right, there is our brisket that has been sitting in here for 48 hours. I'm going to show you how to finish it off, but just so you know, it's got to go in the oven if you want a caramelized crust for a little bit. So in order to do that and not overcook this beautifully tender brisket, I want you to plop it in a water bath. So I am going to do that right now, a cold water bath. I'm gonna do that right now. And just a note, understand this is fully cooked and delicious just the way it is. You do not need to do this next step, but if you want a really nice, crusty, caramely crust on the outside, then you really are gonna wanna finish it off in your oven. And again, you don't wanna overcook it, so go ahead and stop the cooking process by submerging it in an ice water bath. You wanna let it sit in the bath for 30 to 45 minutes. Again, I did tell you, yeah, this takes a long time, but it's so easy and it's so worth it in the end. So I will be back with you as soon as this has cooled off. Okay, the brisket has cooled because I am going to put it in the oven for a couple of hours. It just needs to go at 275 degrees if you have a convection oven, or 300 degrees if you're just using a regular traditional oven. And before it goes in the oven, I want to season it one more time. So let me show you that. But here it is, our fully cooked, absolutely gorgeous brisket, and we're gonna make it even more gorgeous. Now, the thing about sous vide cooking is it's easy and it's perfect. Yeah, you're probably sick of hearing me say that, but this water bath that this was cooked in is held at the exact temperature that I want it, and it comes out fully cooked that way end to end. So it's absolutely perfectly cooked all the way through from the top to the bottom, side to side. So now let's put that final layer of spices on. It's the same thing we started with. I want a nice layer of salt. Use coarse or kosher salt and season the whole thing. And then again, the fresh cracked pepper. Use that and add more of that all the way around, and make sure you season the entire brisket. Now it's going to go in the oven. I have a convection oven, so I'm going to do 275 degrees for 2 hours. And then we're going to cut into it, and I'm going to show you how perfectly cooked it is. I do have a question for you guys. What do you like to serve with your brisket? I love it with sweet potatoes, but tell me your favorite side dish to serve with your brisket. Put that in the comments below, and I'm going to try it next time. Well, it seems like it's taken forever, but has required almost no effort. But it is finally time to cut into this brisket and see how wonderful it is. Before I do that, a lot of you have asked which sous vide circulator I use. So the answer is I use two all the time. This is the Jewel, and I absolutely love it. It's very techy. It's remote controlled by my cell phone. So if you see, it has no digits or buttons on the top. So you really have to use your phone to control it. Now, it's super fast and super quiet. So it heats up in no time at all, and it's very, very quiet. But I will say, not having the controls on the top, you know, it's a little bit of an inconvenience. So as much as I love this and it's fast and it's quiet, sometimes it's just a little bit of a pain to grab your phone and have to turn it on from your phone. So when I don't want to do that, actually I often will have two going at the same time, I use the Anova precision cooker, and it is wonderful. It is equally fast, but it has all the buttons on the top so you can control it right when you put it in. So it's honestly a personal preference. I will put links to both of them below, and you can check them out and decide which one works for you. Okay, we have been patient long enough. Now it's very key to cut against the grain of the meat. So just make sure, I'm just going to start at the end here. You cut against the grain, and just look at that. It is perfect. Let me see if I can lift that up for you. Look at how perfectly cooked it is. Now remember, I told you at the beginning here, let me turn it, look, it's falling apart. Remember I told you at the beginning that you can pick whichever temperature you want. This, as it stands here, is 150 degrees. It is still moist on the inside, but it is pretty thoroughly cooked. A lot of people do it at 135 degrees, but it is a little bit more pink and a little chewier to the taste. So it's really, really a personal preference. But man, I'm just telling you, it smells fabulous. You can make some amazing brisket sandwiches out of this. Oh, it's just amazing. So I'm gonna plate it up and take a bite. Okay, there it is, our plate of brisket. I just love it this way. Again, if you like it pinker than that, that's super easy to do. Just do it at 135 degrees instead of 150 degrees. I like to top it with just a little bit of parsley for color, and I am going to take a bite, and who am I kidding? Why the heck would I even want to use a fork? I'm just gonna use my fingers and just look at that. That texture is perfect. The crust on the outside, okay, I know it took 2 extra hours in the oven to get that, but hashtag worth it. I hope you give this brisket a try. It's fabulous. Thank you for watching the Spicy Apron cooking show. Happy cooking and happy eating.